Hello, hello, hello. We have arrived for another episode of the Fireside Tales. I am very curious to see what in the heck is going to happen tonight. Because as we left off 2 weeks ago, alright, perfect. As we left off 2 weeks ago, there was this big fight with this unit of orcs and goblins and a hobgoblin. They had captured Brasnic and Mara and were taking them down to see the Night Queen. And not really as too much is known about this Night Queen, but apparently this is the individual that has been kind of gathering these monstrous forces together to try and raid the surface world around. I don't know. It seemed like all the tricks and things up the sleeves that Mara and Brasnic had seemed to have run out as they were kind of taken into custody. Some secrets did come out about this monstrous horde and some of its members, which the two of them are privy to. The rest of the party doesn't quite know yet. With the rest of the party, they did manage to defeat that roper a few weeks ago and save Geridol from the fate of her sister and being consumed by this monstrosity. After a little rest, they were able to kind of explore the rest of that level and, discovered some old and unused storerooms, as well as a slimy ooze-like creature that they were able to quickly defeat. It actually seemed like the most dangerous hazard of the week was indeed a staircase that these party members were very determined to try and mount this obstacle, this barrier before them. Yin Yang sadly did tumble down and kind of relived his efforts in the beginning of the last dungeon. I feel like there's a nemesis thing happening here. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens at the next staircase. If Yin Yang rolls down that one, then for sure there's a thing going on.
Hey, let's not forget, Grybek brought us all down.
It's true. Because after Yin Yang did valiantly mount the lower half of the stairs and even saved himself just by the skin of his fingernails, and even caught Geridol as she almost tumbled past him in a moment of heroism, only to see ahead of him Grybek slip on the wet stone and with his heavily armored form start tumbling backwards into Ratul, who was not braced for the effort, who also became a living ball of orc and dwarf, slamming into Gok Sour Gut, who had no hope of stopping this force rolling down the stairs, and then sadly Yin Yang, who had just managed to grasp on for dear life so he did not again get defeated by the stairs, was just plowed over, and all of these heroes tumbled back into the depths in what might have been the most glorious moment of the episode last time we played. I think that was pretty awesome, personally. And finally, following Yin Yang's advice, which he suggested that they do before any of this happened, they allowed him to actually use his magic to dry off the stairs so they could just safely ascend. So, points to you for that. We probably should have gone with that in the first place.
We thought we had it.
You
We did not.
You were so close. You were so
Really
close.
didn't have it at all.
But then Mr. Ironborn just took everybody out.
You shouldn't have me go first.
He lived up to his name. He became a giant iron-born ball and fell down the stairs.
It's true. It's true. But you guys did manage to get to the top, and it seemed to be just in time as you came around the corner up the last set of stairs out of this kind of wetter area that's near this river that you guys have been kind of walking past. back into the Glitterhaim and into this Dwarven cairn, system of cairns. And obviously some sort of a graveyard of sorts for these ancient dwarves. A place you guys had visited before, and as you guys kind of came upon this, you heard a loud roaring and the name of Ratul. And as you guys mounted the stairs into this dwarven chamber, you discovered your friends in a heated battle with these orcs and goblins, with this orc shaman, and with Yarrick, who upon seeing Ratul, who he claimed was his chieftain, who he swore his sword to, lifted that same sword and ordered his goblin forces to kill him. Which obviously didn't sit very well with the Red Earth. And as this battle ensued, and as these heroes finally were able to pool their forces and to pool their strengths and defeat these monsters, what happened at the end there, guys? There was some crazy stuff.
Yes, and troglodytes start popping out like daisies.
Well, there's this orc shaman who was begging for her life and clutching at her impregnated womb. And there was a goblin that seemed intent on taking her down when suddenly this elf, out of nowhere, annihilated this orc shaman without any hint of remorse. And then troglodytes happened.
Well, there was a second where the elf got shot in the back by an ally.
There was. Just after this
Well-
shaman was taken,
She got shot in the front by an ally.
and Gok did not seem to take too kindly to his prize being stolen from him. And that is going to be where we pick up for tonight. And we are absolutely in an interesting situation here. And as you guys will find yourselves once again in the Glitterhaim, let me go ahead and give you that old shift ping. So, where we left off, some troglodytes had just jumped out of this river, and they had grabbed one of these orcs and drug it back into the river. But the other ones here seem to be menacing. I guess the entryway to where they saw Ratul for a quick moment. Obviously, they can't see you now as you had backed up just a little bit, but we are in a kind of a edge of initiative kind of moment here. Is there any like 2-second, 3-second sort of things that anybody wants to do in this moment?
I guess get up from being prone.
Same.
Okay. And I believe Ratul had called out about the troglodytes as a warning.
Yes, I did.
Oh, then I'll go root through my pack for the coin.
Okay. So, you see, how much can you see from where you are, Rachel?
I see 2 dead orcs and 1 trog and the peeking of one's arm around the corner.
Okay. So you see this troglodyte here actually start grabbing at this dead orc, and it also starts dragging this dead orc towards the river. And you see it kind of looking to the south a little bit, and it kind of like nods towards the opening where you are. And a few moments later, you see another splash and another splash as you see two more troglodytes jump out of this river. And one heads over towards this orc and starts tugging it into the river from the water. And you see this other one start heading over towards this dead hobgoblin, and it also starts grabbing that one and tugging it towards the river. But you do see a form step around the corner, followed by another. And as they see you, you see them start flexing their claws. And you know, I feel like we do not have the right sound effects going on for this moment.
Oh, this is going to be lovely. Time for Kite Town.
And let's do one of those. Okay. So, this is going to be quite interesting. And you see these troglodytes kind of advancing towards you. Gok. Well, everybody go ahead and roll perception checks.
Alright, if I'm in part of any of this, you're gonna have to roll for me and give me theater of the mind for a few more minutes.
Okay. And for some it's going to be based on sound, for some it's going to be based on sight and sound, or sight, whatever the case may be. So, let's roll for Mr. Yang. Oh, Brasnic. Okay, look at you go. And Grybek. As you guys are kind of sitting there, huddled together behind this cairn, you kind of notice, how far to the south can you see? Oh, to there?
See all the way down there.
Okay. So this would be a sound thing then. To the south, all of a sudden, you hear a, "Hey, let's get off me, you big bastard!" And then all of a sudden you hear a, "Ah!" A scream.
Oh, god damn it, someone did. God damn it. Squib didn't protect Jaredell.
Well, I mean, that, to be fair, he's like a really tiny. So,
Who didn't see that coming?
He didn't do a good job of notifying us before they got to him either, so that we could get back there. His whole job was just to keep an eye out.
see, that's a fair point. He probably should have said something, but he didn't. But, yeesh.
I mean, there
Right,
was
so
a lot.
we got trogs in the front and something in the back.
There
We're
was
giving
a-
double-sided voice.
A lot of stuff going on, and you know, maybe he was just trying to watch. Who knows? At the moment, none of you can see that far, except for perhaps Gok, or maybe Mara. Mara might be able to
Jared
see.
scream.
You do hear Jaredell scream. So,
Alright, whenever it comes to my initiative, I'm gonna go and try and save her.
with those words being said, why don't you guys all grab your tokens and roll initiative? Let me clear this out real quick. There we go.
Oh god, these initiatives.
He got the highest out of everybody. Yeah.
No, those troglodytes did.
Well, I mean, of the highest out of the party.
That would be one Gok Sour Gut. Then Mara, Grybek, Ratul, Yin Yang, and bringing up the rear will be Mr. Grindstone. Brasnic, you're hurting over there, buddy.
Yep, I'm not.
I'm officially dying. So, these troglodytes immediately rush in at you. Rental.
Good thing I'm raging.
And they do not seem to be satisfied with the orc that they've got already. So, when you start your turn, we are going to have to do that DC 12 Constitution saving throw, as the stench from these creatures as they advance on you is overwhelming. So, 1 bite and 2 claws. He is going to attack with those claws first, my friend. This is the first troglodyte.
Miss. Miss.
Oh,
I think he bites his friend.
and then he bites his friend. Well, let's see what this guy's going to do, because this is not a happy time for him right now. As we are going to roll.
Bumble table. Oh,
Jeez.
that's high.
number.
That is a high roll, fellas. 97.
Still can't beat my nat 100.
It's true. So this one is interesting. So it's helm slips, no attacks until fixed. Dex are less on D20 to fix. It's not wearing a helm.
So another roll.
Should troglodyte, right?
It is a troglodyte. So, as it slashes out with its claw, we're going to say as the other one is kind of coming in, you see it kind of slash out with its bite, but it actually hits the other troglodyte with its head, and part of its scaly protrusion on its elbow kind of jabs it right in the eye, and you see it kind of react, and it's like shaking its head back and forth and kind of clawing at its eye socket. So, with that
Okay,
dex,
so stuff happened to me. I missed all that.
Trog elbowed his friend in the face.
yeah. Yeah, the one zigged when he should have zagged, and he took an elbow to the eye socket. But he made his dex save, so he is going to have his attacks next round. The second troglodyte is going to attack you as well. Let's do 1,
Hit.
2,
Hit.
3.
Hit.
Take half of that 12 points of damage.
Each one is actually considered separate, so
that's
3
right.
drops down to 1, 5 drops down to 2, and 4 drops down to 2. So only 5 damage.
So,
Every tiny health point helps.
one point difference, Winston. You are correct.
It makes a difference. We've seen it.
It's true. Okay, so you hear another scream from down below, and you hear Jot yelling again. He says, "Hey, get your hands off her! Come at me, you big bastards!" And you hear the sounds of struggling, but you can't really make out what's happening. Mr. Sour Gut, how are you doing this week, friend?
You know, I'm feeling okay, but
What the fuck's going on here?
I'm
already?
really stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. But I'm just gonna assume Yin Yang can help out more. Closer.
Help out who?
Red Bull.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
There's multiple people in need of assistance right now.
Well, yeah, but you know, I kind of caused it by you know, my finger slipped. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Man, just
So you see Jack or not Jack, but Tyrone staying right next to you. Did you want to have Jack do anything?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. What if he were to actually go?
You can move him up to his movement.
Just kind of seeing how. I think it's still. Need to get. If I just had like a clear shot. Dang, I think that's all I can do for moving forward.
You already moved yourself as far as you can.
Yeah.
You could use your bonus action.
Okay. There's my bonus action to move. No. Here.
All right. You still
Yeah, I
don't see
still
anything.
can't see anything.
Okay.
No. Okay, maybe. Wait. Maybe like there. I guess that's it.
All right. What do you see from there?
I see a bunch of mushrooms. And I guess Jot. But that's.
Okay. And you do see Jot. He seems to be kind of buzzing around the air, flying around in like, figure eights and circles, and he seems to be trying to harass and annoy something.
What's over there, Jot? Supposed to tell us before the bad guys.
Hey, boss, come on over. We got some of these slimy bastards over here. They trying to take your friend over here.
What's slimy?
Frogs.
You know the big, yeah, there's just troglodyte things, Come on, boss, just get on over here. I need you.
I can't move anymore. It's almost as if I've expended all of my resources up here.
And let's see. Old Jot, you see him say,
Well, I'll do it then.
and you see him fly down.
Oh.
And
What?
you see him as he's flying, and you see him like grabbing at his face, and he pulls his mouth back, just much wider than you would expect from the size of him, and he says,
I swear to God, it fails.
What's the bigger question?
Okay. You hear this, and he says,
Yeah, you better run, you big bastard. Hurry up, boss, there's another one.
Oh man, I can't move anymore. I can't even, I gotta just wait. I wait here. I like to let Mara do stuff.
okay. See, look at Jot being helpful. All right, Mara, you also face a decision.
I heard him say troglodytes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up here. And actually here, I'm gonna say I'm gonna yell out to Ratul, come here. I'll create a wall of fire.
Damn.
Not an actual, out of character, not an actual wall of fire, but
I know what you mean.
I'm gonna prepare. I'm gonna hold my action to cast create bonfire in this square,
Okay. All right.
or actually this square, because there's no way they can avoid that, right? They have to go through that square. So yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Grybek. You're a hurting dwarf.
Oh yeah, I have to make a decision. I'm gonna head south because I predict Ratul can take care of himself, but that little lady down there needs help.
Okay.
Rather than bonus action to move again. Slow ass dwarf. And that sadly is as far as I can go.
All right. You can't see anything from there, I'm guessing.
Nope, just Tyrone.
Tyrone's chilling. All right, Ratul. You heard the words spoken by Mara, and you see her. Well, I guess you can't see her, but you know she's behind you somewhere.
I've seen her magic. And yep, as I just look to these things, I look like I'm prepared to fight, bringing my fist up. And then I just turn away and disengage.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 20. I'll stop there and free action, pull out a javelin.
Okay.
And that'll be it for me. And Mara, you should trigger.
Yeah, it should trigger right here. I don't have a good icon for it.
Oh yeah, you do. It's under tools. I put a bonfire in there for you.
Oh, yes, I see it now. Yeah, perfect. Cool.
You're doing it right there where Ratul was?
No, right here. Right here, so that they have to pass through that square.
Alright.
It's like a funnel to like if they pass through. It's like a warning, but it's also like it's like fire just erupted out of nowhere.
Okay. It is Yin Yang's turn. So you have north of you, there's that tunnel where that led towards the stairwell that led up towards the orc level. And you're right at the north end of the Dwarven cemetery section. To the south of you is that other stairway that goes down into the lower level of the Glitterheim, and then that stairway where you came out of where the really slippery area was. Ratul did manage to get away from these troglodytes and he's about 10 feet away from you, just a little bit to the south. Is Yin Yang still there?
He said he was cutting in and out because of his connection.
I'm a little bit better now. Is it my turn? I'm getting actually ready to log in to roll 20. I'm coming in now.
Yeah. It's fine. We can just pause for a moment until you get in. I'm just glad to be playing again with you guys.
Yeah, I'm really happy that we're able to play this week.
Yeah.
I can't believe that scare worked. That's awesome.
So for whatever reason, I can't see anything and have no light, even though I had a light.
Are you
There
looking
we go.
right
I think
area?
I found myself.
Like existentially?
Okay, I found myself. All right, so give me a quick update, real quick. Where are we at?
Okay, 2 trogs in the tunnel. There's a fireplace caused by Mara that's blocking off the path. Mr. Iron Gut and Gok are right now going out trying to help Jaredel, and Pipsqueak was able to scare a trog.
It's true.
All right, did he happen to mention how many were there?
You heard him go and he laughed, and then he said, "Hurry up, boss, there's one more."
Okay, so there's 2 there. Do the trogs in the tunnel seem like they're advancing towards the bonfire still? From what because I can see them.
They're holding their position at the moment. You won't really be able to tell until it's their turn.
And Mara and Gok have gone to Jaredel's assist.
No, just Gok.
Just Gok so far. Well, Grybek did, but his little feet.
Yeah, well, I mean, unfortunately, I'm still gonna follow what I said I was gonna do. When I heard her scream, I'm gonna go and try and save her.
Okay.
From where I'm at, though, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What's the range on that?
I'm surprised none of you have gone down the cliff yet. Everyone's going down for those stairs.
So I can lose my last 10 hit points falling?
I mean, there's that dex bonus, but
What? There's a cliff over here on the right side or something
yeah.
that leads down to her.
I mean, it's just possibly a faster way down. That's all. Maybe not. I don't know. Your vision is different than theirs, so I don't know if it would be any more of a benefit to you. But it's totally your call.
All right. I guess a free action, real quick. I'll ask. Do you think you can hold them here for the moment?
I'm hurt, but I hope Gerardo.
All right. And then I'll head that way.
Forget your torch. That's your lifeline. So the torch should be working properly now.
Yeah. And you said, I'm sure that this is a faster way down right here? Now that I can see, because I can't see her, but I don't know where this leads based on where I came from. It's been a while.
Well, that's going to be about, a 15-foot drop or so.
That's fine. I've got slow fall.
Okay.
But I don't want to make the jump unless, would my, as a character, remember from coming up the stairs, does that lead down to her?
Yes.
Yeah. It does.
Alright, I'll jump down.
As you're there, Brasnic will say, yeah, that leads down there.
Alright, so I'm at 30 feet. Jump down there. Does it cost me any movement to jump down?
It's free.
Go ahead and roll a dex save, though.
For a 15-foot fall with slow fall?
Well, there's a chance to roll a 1. So you're good. You gracefully leap off of this thing as you land down at the bottom, perfectly cat-like on your feet.
Alright, so how much movement did it cost me, or does it cost me anything? Because I know jumping usually does still take movement, but I don't know if that's how falling versus jumping.
We'll just call it the 5 feet that it is. It's not a big deal.
Rules is written, falling costs you nothing. Trying to jump forward on the same plane or jump higher does cost you movement. It's weird.
Yeah. It was kind of forward and down, so we'll just call it the 5 feet. That's it.
Alright, so that puts me at 35, and she's south of me, right?
Yep. So that's 50 to there.
And then I'm gonna dash.
Okay. See if you guys all can move like a monk. It wouldn't take you 5 rounds to get somewhere.
Okay, I can, but I need to see someone to want to go after them.
Not 100 feet. Look at this guy. He's just right there all of a sudden.
Yeah, and I'm not
And-
a monkey.
Okay, and yeah, I pretty much used my action to dash, so that's it. I'm right there, but I can see them, and I'm gonna yell at them and try to get them to engage me. I'll pretty much yell and tell them, drop her now! Try to get their attention.
Okay. Roll intimidation. Oof. Running up with your torch in hand. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
And I will go ahead and spend a key point to do patient defense
Okay.
as my bonus action. So anything that attacks me has disadvantage. Hopefully my attempt to get them to either drop her or come after me worked with a natural 20.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Brasnic. You're hurting too, my friend. Shit, everybody's hurting except Gok.
Go ahead.
So you do see that it looks like Mara's got her bonfire up and seeming to try to keep these things at bay.
Over there. Bonus action, so dash, hop over here, and it, into this sort of area.
Back into behind that Karen.
As it there, like right there,
Uh-huh.
hurl a dagger. I'll hurl a dagger and then jump into that area. Or now I'm just gonna.
You gonna throw a dagger at one of the troglodytes? What's your range on it?
I have disadvantage. I can reach them, but I have disadvantage.
Okay.
Dagger.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
Ha 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 ha.
20 with disadvantage.
Disadvantage my ass.
Yeah, right? Okay.
No sneak attack because I have disadvantage, so there's that.
Yeah, roll that beautiful damage though.
Oh, forget the sneak thing. Forgot to uncheck.
So 5 points?
And then use the last 10 feet. Nope, 15 feet of movement to. Oh, wait, 10 feet of movement. Not 15, 10. And I'm done.
Weren't you here? Because it was 20 feet to get to there, so you'd only be able to get to here.
Yes.
Right here,
I'm
though.
done. Yeah. Good.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and so that dagger definitely, you see it kind of fly past the flames, and you hear it like, and sounds like an unhappy troglodyte. And at 17, you hear this troglodyte kind of call out, and suddenly behind it, you hear kind of like some thudding noises and movement. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And go ahead and roll damage as it passes through your bonfire. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Roll damage a second time for that bonfire.
Mara.
Sorry, what? What do I have to
Roll you gotta roll damage twice for bonfire.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll damage
They have to
3 times for
Pretty nice.
bonfire.
They have to make. Wait, sorry, they have to make a DC
Oh, that's right.
15. DC 15 save. A dex. Let me throw it up. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I can do that. I forgot it was a DC save.
Yeah.
Ooh, max damage too.
So that's the first one.
And the DC is 15, so 2 of them make it. The second one's going to take 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage, yeah.
So that first one on so this one, as it comes running up to you, Brasnic, you see this thing just covered in flames. So in addition to being a scaly monster beast, it is now covered in flamed, scaly monster beast.
They're not afraid of the fire.
Well, who says it's not afraid of the fire?
Interesting. The last time I did it, they were like too afraid to get near it.
Well, they just took a dagger to the chest and then got ordered to attack.
Gotcha.
So, red tool.
Hit, miss, miss.
Okay. And Brasnic, you are getting swarmed upon by this fiery monstrosity.
I'm unconscious. We got 2 failed death saves.
Oh shit. So, as this thing swarms upon you, Brasnic, you do drop into blackness. Ratul and Mara, you see that it seems like this troglodyte is not trying to kill Brasnic. It does take him under, but you see it almost seems to be pulling its punches, so to speak. So that's going to be subdual damage, Brasnic.
Which means you're unconscious, but you're considered stable then.
Yes.
I'm dying, save me.
He's like, no, fuck that. I'm dying, help my ass. So, I just wanted to let you know. So you don't have 2 negative death saves.
That's what they all say. Die.
I'm dying. Just let me die in peace. So, that being said, okay. You see this one down here, Yin Yang, immediately. Whoops. No. Why am I on the GM?
Immediately what?
Starts running away from you, being a victim of this scare. So what are the rules on Frighten? I know it can't attack Jot, but it could try and grab Geraldine and take her with it, couldn't it?
The way Frighten works is they can't move anywhere closer to me.
Well, Jot was the one that scared it, so it's trying to run away from Jot, but it wants to try and grab Geraldine on the way.
Frightened is can't move closer to the object of their fear. As long as the object of their fear is within sight, they have disadvantage on attack rolls. Once they break line of sight is when they can... And ability checks. And then once they break line of sight, they can try to steal themselves to get rid of the fear.
Okay. So, we're gonna do this. Strength
And I'm also
check.
curious as to what my Intimidate did, if anything.
Fail. Okay. Well, this one's already afraid of Jot, so I'm just trying to resolve that one first.
Gotcha.
Because it's too afraid of Jot to focus attention on you. You know what I mean? This little thing just scared the bejesus out of it. It does try to take a swipe at Geraldine, and you see it like grab at her cloak and start to tug at her, and she starts like screaming and like struggling against it a little bit. And as Jot just kind of does another little loop, you see it kind of look at Jot again and just like bail. It just lets go of Geraldine and runs. But you do hear it hissing very loudly and calling out in its language. This other one, you see it also kind of grabbing at Geraldine. Now, this intimidation. We are going to roll an intelligence check. Oof. Okay. This thing is having a smart moment. You know what? I'm going to raise the DC on that just because you rolled a 20. And that's awesome. You see it was kind of pulling at Geraldine, and you see it actually kind of grab her and throw her behind it, but it does turn towards you. God damn it. These fucking rolls. It tries to throw her behind it, and she kind of like kicks it in the shin. And she was able to kind of step out of its way as it was kind of like forcing its way past her, and it kind of stumbles in front of you, ready to answer your challenge. But its effort to kind of push Geraldine down these stairs seems to have failed. But it is going to attack you.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage. Shit. God damn it. I'm going to do another normal roll to be the second one for that 13. So there's a 13 and a 9. Either one of those hit.
Nope, don't touch me.
And the bite also misses. So this creature definitely has descended upon you, sir. Gok, you now see Yin Yang has run up into this conflict, and you see that he's challenged these creatures, and one of these troglodytes has indeed answered the challenge. What would you like to do?
You know, dang, I was kind of hoping he'd be back helping everybody else.
Let's see, this thing also gets a wisdom check. Because it broke line of sight with its tormentor.
Well, you know, I'm, okay, since I can, I'm gonna move 5 feet over here. And then I'm going to blast this dude with my electric.
Okay.
My signature move.
Alright. 22 is definitely going to hit.
Hey.
12 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. As your magic lances out, blasts into this creature. I've been forgetting to make you guys roll against the stench of these things.
I'm pretty far away from the. Oh, you mean everybody close?
Yeah, everybody knows. Okay, so your magic blasts into this creature, and you see it kind of rock backwards, and it kind of staggers forward again, and you see that the magic is just ruined all the way across its chest. This creature looks devastated by this attack.
But it's still up.
It is still up.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use the next 25 feet of my movement to go all the way back to where I came from right now. And let those guys split. And,
Okay.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide, and that'll be about it.
Alright.
So, that's that. Okay. Hopefully that's being stealthy enough. And, that will be the end of my turn, as
Okay.
I would probably hear the screams of agony over.
Jaredol is not in initiative. Jot is, and he's going to go on Gok's turn. And you see him actually, as this troglodyte is menacing you, you see it swoop up behind this troglodyte, and you suddenly see this as these claws spring out of his fingertips. And you see it just kind of rake these claws across the back of the neck
Damn, Jot.
of this creature, and you see this thing instantly just scream out in pain as you see it like clawing at his neck, and you see like this blackness just start to form around it as this poison oozes out of the wound. As you see it just kind of clenching its back, as its muscles clench up, you see it just roll over, dead to the ground.
Well done, Jot.
As you see him puts his claws away, he's like, "Yeah, take that, you big bastard."
Because he was useful. Yeah.
Mara.
Dude,
I'm gonna move here. As my free object interaction, pull up the coin, which I. So. I'm gonna pull up the coin. And I'm going to say, I guess I don't understand, but I'm just gonna pull up the coin as and do free object interaction, make it very visible. And I'm gonna hold my action. If one of them gets closer to me, I'm going to cast a spell
Okay.
on the thing that gets closer to me.
And you're keeping up the
Yeah.
concentration on the.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold up the coin, and I'll hold my action.
Okay. Okay. Remind me of that when it's their turn.
Sure.
Grybek. See Gok tromping up beside you. You see him like trying to hide behind this cairn. As Tyrone just kind of stands there right next to him out in the open.
Yes. Man, I'm in a conundrum. I got people down below and mobs up below and above.
It's true.
But I'm gonna continue south.
Okay. It's going to be difficult terrain going through that way.
Going down the stairs is difficult.
No, going over that cairn is. I mean, you're a little dwarf and that's a big old stone casket.
Let's see if I can.
You could.
I can move through Gok, right?
Yeah, you could just push him out of the way. That would be still 5 feet of difficult terrain though. So that Gok space would count as 10.
10.
15. Yeah, you're good. And obviously Jack's not going to cost anything extra.
That'd be 25 then, because of Jack.
No, Jack's not going to cost you extra. You can go one more.
Alright, 25. Oh, everything's still out of my vision range. Alright, we're moving again. Alright,
25.
right there.
As you come tromping up, you see Jaredel kind of clutching at the wall, kind of pressing herself up against it, looking terrified.
I got you, wee lass. Was that seriously only one trog down here? That's the great thing about not being able to see the screen.
I'll sit there and respond to him. No, another one ran. Jot actually pulled some pretty nice stuff for a change. I'm just teasing you, little man. Good.
Yeah. What do you mean for a change? I mean, I'm like helping you find treasures over here. You know, I'm fighting the bad guys. I mean, you know, as minions go, I feel like I'm pretty top notch over here.
Right,
I just said I was teasing you. Good job.
Right, I'm gonna give Jot a
yeah.
noogie.
Get your big meaty paws off of me, you big bastard.
Alright, so that's my turn. Sorry, North team.
Okay. Speaking of North Team. Quit splitting the party, guys. No, I'm just kidding. They're like, this is 100% your fucking fault, okay?
Look, I was the only one going over there, okay? I could have taken it off by myself. But everybody's like, okay, the south side.
So this
Hey, I
one's...
said from the get-go I was gonna go save her.
Shh, I'm dying.
And I'm
Brasnic's
trying
time.
to resolve the situation, okay?
Brasnic is down, for sure.
I don't want to put just stand here.
Okay, my turn, huh?
It is your turn.
Alright, quick question. Which of the three that have made it past the fire is the one with the knife in him?
That would be the one right in front of you.
Perfect! I'm going to go ahead and take my javelin, since it is technically considered a monk weapon, and stab him with it.
Okay. Stab away.
15 to hit.
15 to hit. I think that's good. Yeah, that's definitely a hit. For 12 points? How dare you do so much damage? As it comes rushing up to you, it swing, then tries to bite at you and misses as you kind of rear back. You just shove your javelin right into its gut. You see it actually like lift it up and off of its feet as you see it sprout out of its back. You see it just kind of like, just kind of like uselessly working its jaws and claws in your direction before it slowly dies.
Yep, and I drop them like a sack of potatoes as I go right over to Brasnic, basically doing a sidestep as I bring my I bring my gauntlet up and try to basically backhand this thing over the casket.
Okay, roll the attack.
Ooh, that's a 9.
That's a 9. That is not gonna hit. As you swing the backhand, you see it kind of duck down just a little bit, and it immediately turns its attention from Brasnic to you.
A little bit of blood is already bubbling at my mouth from all the other goddamn shit I've had to deal with today. As I end my turn.
Okay. GM's not taking it easy on you guys.
You get a break. It's your birthday.
You guys don't.
We'll be fine.
Everything will be okay.
Yeah, we just take it in stride because of the day.
All right, what would you like to do?
Alright, so Jaredil is out of danger for the moment.
For this moment.
Grybek, do you think you have him for now? I'm not leaving you, Jaredil, but the guys up north need him.
Yeah, go use your monk speed and get back up there.
Hey, not all of us can be fast. It's okay. You can take a hit.
That is true.
Not many right now.
Guys, just join us up north as soon as you can, because one did run down the tunnel. Okay, so I'm a little bit of a conundrum right now. Between the dim light of my torch and the light that the bonfire is getting off, I can see them. Does that count?
Yeah, you would see. Yeah, absolutely. Because your character would see off in the distance that there's this light from the bonfire, 100%. And you would see the characters around it. It would be like weirdly dancing light, you know, and obviously there'd be some crazy ass shadows.
Alright. God damn it, all I'm doing is freaking getting around. I mean, shit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Oh yeah, you also see Brasnic
And-
on the floor.
And Rotul spitting up blood.
And if that's the case, I'll go ahead and step in front of Ratul over the goblin and pretty much just say, back off.
They don't understand.
I don't know that. I'm yelling at them.
Yeah. It worked last time, I mean, come on.
I guess try another intimidate check then?
No more free rolls for you. Is that the end of your turn? Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Alright. Brasnic is sadly unconscious at the moment. He groans and rolls over. Which is going to lead us to these troglodytes. This first one is...
Wait. You told me to remind you about the coin. I feel it doesn't matter as much anymore because they all decided to, like, swing in for combat, but I am still holding it up, and they did get a chance to see it before the two walked in front of me.
You're right. So... the one that seemed to be giving the orders is the one that just got a javelin shoved through its back.
I see.
Oh, I killed the commander.
So I feel like these other ones are just going to be in too primal of a moment to notice that.
Well, does it at least distract them?
I mean, let's see. I'll give one of them a roll with disadvantage.
Cool.
You see this one that is standing over Brasnic. You see it had turned to look at Ratul facing this new threat, and then turning also seeing as Yin Yang comes running up. You see it looking to you, and it sees the coin, but it just doesn't
care.
It's especially feeling cornered as it is now. It just doesn't register that as something that should command its attention. Let's see. I feel like this thing being a feral creature would look at Ratul as the next opportune thing to attack here. Because he is seriously hurting. He is hurting and he is bloody, and, these types of creatures want to finish off the weak first. No offense. Clearly you're not weak, usually. So, there's going to be 2 attacks on Ratul.
Hit. Miss.
And a bite.
Miss.
Okay. So another 2 points of damage to you. And anyone that is within the 5 feet, I'm definitely going to be making sure you guys roll that stench thing. So. This troglodyte is going to run up, however, at Yin Yang.
So it moved closer, so that triggers my held action, so I will cast a spell at it.
Okay. And these other 2...
1 second.
Okay.
And I'll choose lightning.
Alright.
Let's see. This is actually... I haven't figured out how to fix the attack bonus with my wand. Oh, I found it. Never mind. 1 second. Cool. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
And which one were you aiming at? The one that charged?
Yeah, that was my held action. So.
Okay. So as it does start charging forward, you see it had also kind of looked at your coin, and it just kind of narrowed its eyes and charged anyway. And as you just kind of curl your fingers, as the lightning starts to gather in your palm, you see it kind of arcing out around this ball that you've created. As you throw it over, you see this ball actually hit it right in the chest, right as it was charging up to Yin Yang. And you see this creature immediately arc backwards. It's all of its muscles clench up, and you see it just kind of like just hissing and scowling out in agony. And you see it eventually just flop over as tendrils of black smoke rise up off of the corpse.
Oh my god, you hit the AC.
Just hit it, I bet. Oh, fuck. Yeah, wow.
Good job. Okay, so these 2 out here are going to roll wisdom checks about this fire, because they weren't there when it happened, and they did not... I mean, they heard the command, but it wasn't like, pointing at the subordinate and saying, you. You know what I mean? They just heard it from the other room, and they're like, oh, we should run in and help. So, these guys are going to see this bonfire. And that one is not stoked at all. The second one, however. So, this guy is kind of like stopped. That's in the... this little alleyway here. The second one does come running up, and it's kind of wanting to get past this other one, and you see it actually kind of push it into the wall a little bit and charges through this bonfire. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
It's gotta make the...
Dex save!
It does, and it's only going to be able to get to there because that was difficult terrain getting past its homie.
I'll roll the damage, but it's a DC 15.
Damn it!
Yeah.
These
it
guys
does.
are so good at dex!
Yeah, it does manage to slither past that bonfire.
Well, that's on the beginning of this next turn. Oh no, because this will be out of that area a little bit. Let's squeeze into this.
Ratul, roll a perception check. Oh wait, no, never mind.
E perception or nay perception?
Yeah, don't roll. You're good. Okay, so that happened. Down to the south here.
Just out of curiosity, what language are they speaking?
You don't know? Sounds like a bunch
Well,
of
the reason
hiss-
the reason I'm asking is because I have one or two odd languages.
What languages do you
Primordial
speak?
and Sylvan. Primordial and Sylvan.
Yeah, you don't understand them.
Are they speaking Draconic? I doubt it, but that would be the only other one that would be helpful.
These creatures. These creatures.
Troglodytes speak troglodyte.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
They speak troglodyte. So yeah, you guys definitely don't seem to understand the language being spoken. So, Grybek, you suddenly hear this behind you, and you hear Geraldine kind of scream out again as Josh says, yes, you're back, you big bastard! As you see this troglodyte rush up out of the gloom, and again grab at Geraldine and start trying to drag her down these stairs.
Would I be able to grab her?
Go ahead and let's do a. Well, he's just grabbing at her, so I'm gonna roll to see if he does grab her. And why?
Come on, they've rolled shit before. Keep kicking Geraldine.
I know it's pissing me off.
Yeah, fucking here.
Fucking humans getting lucky. All right, so we are going to roll.
Damn it!
And he definitely is able to grab a hold of her. He used all of his movement, however, because he was there and then he got scared and ran away to his full movement, so he had to use his full movement to get back to there. So he does grab her, but he's not dragging her off quite yet.
Oh, okay.
Gok. You hear another scream of dismay from this human that your party is dragging around through all these adventures. Are you getting tired of this yet?
I mean, yeah.
I feel like
so
God could be the first one just to kill her and be like, fuck it, we're done with it.
Look,
You
he's.
say that, but
Yeah, I know, seriously.
shot an ally. Who's to say he doesn't shoot someone who's like even less than an ally?
Okay, so there's a sound coming behind over here, so I just.
Yeah, it did seem like something is again happening.
Dang, I
to
thought
this-
Grybek was back there for that, man. He I don't know. Maybe. You know what? I'm just gonna assume. I'm gonna send Jack over there to help out with Grybek if he needs it. You know. There you go. Send him to. So. Actually, I don't. Well, no, he's a shadow, so he wouldn't take up any space, right?
That's true. And does it take an action to be able to look through his eyes? I can't remember.
I
Yes, it
think
does.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to necessarily see what he sees unless you do want to use your action. But he can communicate with you. He's done so once before. Do you ask him what he sees? Are you there?
Oh, I forgot it was push the button. Talking to myself for the past.
Yeah, you're good.
I was saying, yeah, I think it's Jack would probably relay if the information. You know, if it was too much for Grybek to handle, because I know he's hurt, and then on top of Jack helping out. So I think, yeah, there's more pressing matters over here than
Okay.
there's just like a few of them or something. I don't know. I'm just asking, does it seem manageable? Does it seem manageable? Otherwise, I'm just gonna do whatever.
Okay. You just hear just the slightest of whispers in your mind. The dwarf has it.
That's not creepy at all.
That sounds normal. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna. Weird, isn't it? So wait a minute. I'm gonna stop here and just see if I can actually hit anything without hitting anybody. That would really suck. Okay. About. I think if I shoot from here, that'll be.
How far are you moving?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this nerd right here. Oh, hang on, I still have his roller. This nerd right here.
Okay. I'm gonna say that guy has partial cover, my friend. What, half cover?
Luckily, your wand lets you
Yeah.
ignore that.
Just say I ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
All right.
So that's the reason I was. Oh!
Yes. Yes.
Gok's
Yes.
has come back to bite us in the ass.
I am so happy that just happened. Go ahead and roll that 1d100, my friend.
God damn it.
It's Brasnic.
It's definitely going to be Mara, and he did it on purpose.
That's like it just blasts forward and then just horseshoes backwards over his head and goes and smacks Mara in the back.
Oh my God.
32.
Yeah, what does that give me?
Go ahead and roll a d20, and you're going to want to roll your dexterity score or less.
Trip. It's a trip.
So then, okay, I roll a 1d20 and then do I add my dex modifier or just...
No.
No, you want to roll a d20 and hope you roll below your dex.
What is your dex score?
Let me check right now, 'cause I can remember. Made 12. 12 is
So you want to roll a 12 or less?
okay.
Roll a d12.
Really?
Yes. So as you come walking up, you're like, yeah, I'm about to blast this guy. As you kind of jumping over Yorick, your foot kind of catches the edge of his arm, and as the Eldritch Bolt blasts out, you just fall right on your face. And it literally knocks the wind out of you as you hit this ancient stone. And you are going to be stunned for the next round,
Boy.
as the wind is driven out of your lungs.
Okay. Think for that right now, so I remember that.
You know how much you can get for a slip and a fall in the stone?
It's been a while since we've seen the natural one Eldritch Blast.
It's true. At least I didn't automatically make you blast one of your almost dead friends.
Yeah, seriously. That would have been the worst thing if I had shot either Rachel or Mara in the back.
I mean, you know, all you had to do was roll that 86, and it would have been hit friend double damage.
Oh, okay.
And that
Well,
would have
that
been
sounds-
awesome. Well, if you roll an 89 or a
good.
90, it's critical hit on your friend, so there's that too.
Okay.
So.
I think that's about it. That's all I could do.
Okay. So, sadly, you will be stunned for the next round, sir.
Okay. There.
You see this wild blast of purplish energy just lance over your shoulder as it blasts harmlessly against the stone wall, and you hear this oof from behind you.
I'm still concentrating on the enemies, but I register that Gok just wildly shot into our fray.
It's
I'm
true.
gonna go here. Get a line of sight
I'm gonna step 10 feet to the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna get line of sight with this troglodyte and gather that electrical energy again, coalesce it, and shoot it out into like triple sparks again, and let it ricochet and try and hit the troglodyte with another chromatic orb.
All right. How much time do you got left on that rage?
I think I'm in the last, like, probably 3 rounds.
Wrong button. Sorry, it's not.
Wait, rage doesn't end. Rage doesn't have a length of time that it goes for, does it?
It does.
I thought it
Goes
just.
for a minute.
There we go.
That's not a miss. That's retarded.
That's also. It's also 15 because I get +1 to my electrical damage or my lightning damage.
Okay. And that's against this one over here?
Yeah, not
So-
the one against the wall, but this one.
All right.
This one.
As it had kind of shoved past its friend and swirled past the bonfire, you start coalescing the magic again in your hand. And as it reaches the level for you to throw it, you just kind of expertly toss it over. And as it strikes this creature, you see it again, just all of its muscles clench up with this electricity as the impulses race through its muscles. And you see it just kind of slam up against the wall and fall down to the ground, kind of clutching its muscles still before finally falling over dead. Damn you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna
Guys are
keep it. I'm
fucking
gonna
up these
go.
troglodytes.
I could take a look at Gok and start like feeling like I have at least a little bit of like recompense.
As Gok lays stunned on the ground,
Yeah.
just throw a dagger at him.
I already used my action. I do have a dagger on me. I could do it, but I will. I still need him.
Oof.
Aw.
It's alive, run away!
I wouldn't go, aw, we have no idea what you mean by that.
Seriously, man. It's just
Oh,
super.
that's so
It could be
cute.
anything.
Maybe. Is it really though?
No, it is.
Anything you'd like to do with that bonus action?
I am a wizard without bonus actions at the moment.
Okay. That's the end of your turn.
Yes.
Grybek, this beastie really wants to make a snack out of your friend here.
Alright, so question. So he's got her grabbed. Does that mean she's up against him and not right in front of me?
She's kind of up against the wall. So she is between you and the troglodyte, but she's kind of has, her left side facing you and her right side to the troglodyte.
Right. So it's just difficult terrain. I can move into her spot.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna do that. All right. Don't even say anything. I'm just gonna smash the damn thing.
Okay. Are you trying to aim for anything? Because he is like
no.
kind of grabbing a hold of her with one of his claws.
So let's just hope I don't roll one. I guess, right?
Okay.
Don't say that.
Say that every time.
Oh God. Oof.
That's a hit. Okay. So as you step forward, you expertly kind of swing your hammer up, and almost in like a backhand. You swing with your right hand, I'm guessing. Hold your
Yeah, I'm right-handed.
Okay. As you kind of backswing at this creature, because you were kind of stepping around Jaredel, you hit it right in the shoulder, and you hear this sickening crack and this crunch as his shoulder completely dislocates, and you know instantly that his shoulder is completely broken. As you see it kind of let go of Jaredel, and kind of staggers backwards from the blow of this. Not quite dead.
Hurt, but not quite dead.
It's true.
All right. Oh, bonus action. Can I grab little lady and like put her behind me?
Sure.
All right, she's gonna be just right behind me,
Okay.
as if I'm just like pulling her around me.
All right. That will give her cover then for for sure.
Alright, and that will be my turn.
We'll call that 3/4 cover. Okay,
Go North team.
North team, Ratul.
Yeah, this guy who went ahead and got a scratch on me, I'm going to take him to Klopistan.
Okay. I thought you guys were gonna run from this fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems we have the case of immovable wall syndrome.
All right, so you're doing what, the 2-hand clap on the ears kind of thing?
Yep, 2-hand clap on either side of the head.
All right, that 16 is definitely going to hit for 10 points of damage. As this thing is kind of like trying to take in these enemies around it, you just kind of step up and you slam your hands together on either side of its head, and you see this thing just kind of like you feel its head kind of compress a little bit, and you see its eyes kind of like bulge out and they roll up in its head, and you see it just fall over dead to the ground from the strength of your blow.
And with that, I'm going to move up. Oh wait, actually, scratch that. I forgot. I need to make the Constitution save, don't I?
Yes, thank you for remembering. I should have had Grybek.
Oh, that means that was it. That was a thunderclap at disadvantage.
Okay, go ahead and roll again. Grybek, can you roll that?
Yep, I still hit.
Yeah, you did. You're fine.
You want me to roll a Constitution?
Yeah. Kind of takes away the punch of these things if I don't do that. So technically, that Shatter Smite blow should have been at disadvantage too. Why don't you roll another one of those?
Okay.
Still hits.
Still hit. Okay,
3 less damage.
we're good. Well, I'll keep the damage, it's fine.
Yep, as I just move up towards the right before the bonfire and just dead-eye stare at the final troglodyte.
Okay.
Look at him, bring up with the Dragon Flame Cestus, and do the finger thing.
Okay. Roll a perception check. You hear hissing from the next room, the next chamber.
Crap, this might not be the best place.
Not gonna go through. They still have to make it through, and as long as you're standing there, they'd have to stay on the fire.
No, they can. It's difficult terrain. They can get past. If you guys can do it, they can do it.
Yeah, you can't move through an enemy square.
No. I mean, I guess they can. It's like a rule check you have to make.
Well, no, it's this wouldn't be the enemy square though. Right there's technically room to move past.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I don't.
Also,
And where the troglodyte is also, you can move through there with difficult terrain if you really wanted to.
Yep, and
Also-
realizing I hear that hissing, I realize there's probably going to be a lot more of them, as I'm going to use the remaining 15 feet of my movement to...
Well, you do remember Burdirk saying that there was a colony of these things down here.
Yep, as I fall back, I just look to Yin Yang and just say, "There's more beyond."
Let's head out.
You're leaving. Grab Brasnic.
just what are your passive perceptions, Mara, Ratul, Yin Yang?
14.
Passive perception.
Yeah.
16.
So here's my question to the DM, because 16 is pretty high. Is 16 enough for Yin Yang to see the health potion on my belt?
Roll a perception check with advantage. DC of 50.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, so that'll be the end of my turn.
You see a health potion on Brasnic's belt.
Noted.
You useful information. And that's the end of your turn, Rental?
Yep.
Yin Yang, what would you like to do with this information?
I'd immediately step over, pop the cork, shove it in his mouth.
Okay, that is going to be probably a full action, I'm guessing.
Yeah, defeat somebody a potion is an action.
Okay, Brasnic. As the world comes back to you, you see Yin Yang kind of pulling a bottle away from your mouth as you kind of sputter through the last dregs of the potion.
Run now.
Go ahead and
Sorry,
roll
I
the health that he's going to get back from that. Brasnic, you can roll that. It's fine. Should be 2d4.
Say,
Was it 2d4 plus 2 or something like that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, 9 points back.
And I'll pretty much look at him and say, I know it's an action feeding him a potion, but can I help him to his feet?
Sure.
I mean, I'll even sacrifice my bonus action for that
Yeah.
if necessary.
We'll say bonus action in like 10 feet of your movement. If you want to.
That's fine. According to Ratul, we run. And I'll hold my ground until him
Just
and
go.
Ratul and Mara start moving away.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
It's the end of your turn. All right, Brasnic. You're awake. You did it.
Bonus action cunning dash.
I feel like Jack kind of saved Dreadle's life. Just saying.
Main action dash.
I was there too, but yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, it's like, but I did half of the work for that.
Yeah, between you and him, you got that one, but that scare was clever.
Yeah.
And that's the end of your turn, Brasnic, from there?
I'm done.
Okay. Brasnic said, fuck you guys, I'm out. Weren't we
No,
supposed
I told him to run.
Weren't we supposed to be kiting, guy? Alright, so.
You know, that was a plan, but unfortunately we have the dumbs.
So,
The dumbs, we had to split the party and try to save her and save that, so.
okay. So this guy is going to scroll past this thing. Two deck saves. Okay.
And okay, let me roll. So it takes 4. Second one will take 4 fire.
Okay. This one does not look happy, as it takes the 4 fire. This troglodyte down here is going to, last desperate chance, try to attack this dwarf that is in his way.
Miss. Miss.
As it unloads with the fury of attacks on you, you hear it hissing very loudly. Roll a perception check.
Not 2%.
Okay. You don't have to be too perceptive as you suddenly see 2 more troglodytes rushing up the stairway at you.
Good God.
We're about to play the 300 over here.
We got this.
One at a time.
One at a time, boys. Alright, so that is going to be the end of that. Man, you guys, what are you guys doing? 14, Mr. Sour Gut.
Yes.
Well, I'm still stunned.
Oh yeah, that's right, you are stunned this round.
Yeah, so
Look at his companion do stuff.
Jot, do something useful.
The armor is going to hover. Jot, however,
Okay.
you see Jot he goes this time with both of his hands as he just jumps right on the face of this troglodyte. He just starts sticking his fingers, his claw fingers, just right into this creature's eyes, just one right after the other. You see this thing fall backwards as it's kind of clutching at its face, and you see the black poison just pooling out of its eyes and running down its face as it dies, falling down the stairs. And you see Jot fly back up and say, "Ha! Yeah, come and get some of Jot, you big bastards! Ha ha!"
So Jot can stay.
Jot can definitely stay now.
All right. Did you want Jack to do anything?
I don't know if I can command him to do anything once done. I feel like
Yeah, you're right. I don't think you can.
yeah, I feel like that's kind of it. I mean, I'd be okay with that, but I feel like that's it.
All right.
I'm basically done. But I'm unstunned the next round. So
You are.
you go to
So at the end of your turn, you come out of your stun. You're just on the ground.
Yeah. So you're kind of as you kind of like open your eyes, you're waking up. You kind of find yourself on the stone, like, what's going on here? I can't do Gok anymore without sounding like Jot. I don't know why. I can't do it.
sound like Jot. That was kind of weird.
Sorry. I'll work on my Gok voice. I had it before Jot came around, and then all of a sudden Jot took over. All right. What does Mara want to do?
One last time. For first on the spell slide. We'll coalesce that lightning one last time for another chromatic orb. This is the undamaged one, correct?
Yeah.
She will throw a lightning. Throw like these 3 lightning bolts that kind of like arc between each other, and off the ground just a little bit at this troglodyte.
Okay.
Oh damn it! Keep forgetting that's not how it works. Wow, that is really low roll.
It's still gonna hit. All right, but
Damage is damage. We'll take it.
It's 9 damage because it's lightning.
yeah, not enough to just outright nuke this one. Are you doing electricity on this one again?
Yeah, as I described, it's gonna be like three like mini like arcs that are like arcing off of each other and flow through the air and off the ground and back into the chest of the troglodyte.
Okay. And you do see its muscles clench up and its back arch, but you see as the effect ends, you see it just kind of standing there breathing very deeply. And you see it just kind of slowly look up at you as
And with that, I will take my leave. I'm going
with that, I'm going to go this way.
to 20 feet. As my bonus action, can I help Gok up to his feet? Not unstun him, but kind of grab him, pick him up, and get him on his feet.
Oh, it's so nice after he blasted you. I thought you were going to stab him.
Can I lift him up?
Can I stab him? I thought for sure that's what you were going to say.
Come on, just a little stab.
Can I stab him? No. I mean, yes, you can lift him up to his feet.
Okay, and then I'll use the rest of my 10 feet of movement, so he doesn't have to haste his movement. I'll move here.
Okay. So you kind of just grab him by the back of his robes and you just kind of yank him up to his feet. You say anything to him?
No,
Okay.
I just keep moving. I'm very determined. Revenge is a dish best served cold. It's not in my own best interest to kill him right now. So I wanna.
That's some shit being said right there, folks.
Pretty sketchy.
All right, and that's the end of your turn. So.
Like I said, don't go aw to her yet.
Grybek. So you have Jaredel kind of huddled behind you, and you see these troglodytes rushing up the stairs at you.
Yes. I'm gonna tell Jaredel to run north to the other party, just in case I fall. Then I'm gonna head down to the troglodyte.
Okay.
Alright, so roll Constitution for this guy, right?
Yep. Oh, you already failed, right?
Failed like you making their roll.
I failed the dead guy. Does that mean anything?
Let's see. So you'll be poisoned until the start of the creature's next turn.
Which it's already passed.
Which is already passed. So you're not. You do have to re-roll though if you start your turn within 5 feet. No, if you start your turn within 5 feet. So next time you'll have to roll, not this round, because you just stepped into that 5 foot range.
Oh, okay.
So you're not starting your round there. Basically, you took a deep breath and waged into battle.
Yeah, I took a deep breath. Alright,
Smacking good.
I'm gonna be the shield wall again, and smash and hope this guy doesn't hit me.
Okay. 17's gonna hit.
Alright, 7 damage.
Okay.
I am playing the 300 basically. Yeah.
You're the 300 all by yourself. Okay.
Should I hold this all by myself?
And that's the end of your turn?
Yeah. Too bad I don't have any bonus action that could do anything. Because I used all my spells on Brasnic.
Yep. Time to go. This is do or die now, so
You
time
use all
for
your spells
some.
on Brasnic. You used one spell on me.
I'm gonna say my last.
Okay, that's more accurate.
Taking my deep breath, stepping in. Reckless.
I
Okay.
told you to run.
I won't leave you behind.
Smash. On the left one,
Yep.
you see your fist just completely smash this creature's face in. Its head now is wrapped around your fist.
Yep, and I just pull back and towards the other one and right, I just do a cross jab.
Okay. It's definitely gonna hit.
Take all my fun, why don't you?
As you see Ratul just come up and completely demolishes one's face as he turns to the other one and lances out with his other quick jab, you see this thing just completely like spin around in the air from this blow and fall to the ground dead as well.
I know I shouldn't be asking this, but do I hear any more hissing?
Roll perception. You do not hear any more hissing coming from the other chamber. You do hear sounds of battle coming from the south, though.
That was the last of them up here. There's danger down below.
Okay.
Alright, I could have done that, but thanks.
And that'll be it for me.
Alright, Yin Yang.
Like, seriously, I haven't rolled a single attack this entire combat.
He's just been running around back and forth.
Yet again, he runs back and forth.
It's a good thing he can run 100 feet.
What? We need to go. Yin just needs a pair of boots of speed.
No, Jesus, hell no.
200 feet around!
No, no thank you. 100
feel
feet
like-
without using his action. No, hell no.
So that's 25 feet.
So
This
that-
is stairs and Brasnic's below me. I'm willing to do a deck save. Can I jump over him so I don't lose any movement? Because he's like 3 or 4 feet tall, right?
yeah, there is going to be a ceiling factor, but yeah, you could probably jump over him. Go ahead and make that dex roll.
4'5", you bastard.
This guy's like 3 foot tall, right?
Ting him in the nuts as he jumped over.
10.
No, I'm kidding.
Alright. As you're jumping over, he pings you in the nuts. Ouch.
your your pants like touch the bald part of his head.
Teabag Brasnic as I go by.
He teabags you. Roll a dex.
If he really does teabag me, I will ping him in the nuts.
Roll
I want you to
another-
know that. If I do it,
I
will
only
try.
said that. I
Roll.
only said that because you said you pinged me in the nuts.
Roll another dex check.
That's the whole reason I said. Me?
Yeah.
Roll to avoid ping.
Roll to avoid teabag.
I have to roll to avoid teabag.
Yes.
Oh my god, that is now a term. Roll to
That is
avoid
not
teabag.
okay.
Welcome to D&D.
What is this game?
Don't touch me, boy.
No.
As you kind of duck your head down, as he kind of flies over your shoulder, you see him kind of do a little roll at the bottom of the stairs. Come back up to his feet.
So that puts me at 4 more squares from 25 to 45. I have 1 more square.
You expertly
Weird thing
avoid the
about
teabag.
moving, it technically is the
I know, that's what.
So
there's not
weird.
double movement, it just uses movement still. Because I did a forward leap, so it still
no,
uses
but
movement.
it
that's why
says that in the rules. It says it uses for 1 foot you leap is 2 feet. So technically different.
Okay, so what do you want to do in the end?
For what? For leaping forward?
Yeah, he says
so it's
apparently
difficult
that takes
terrain?
double movement.
He
Even
was
though I'm a monk,
flipping-
but meh.
Weird. But yeah, that's what it counts.
What about me being a monk with slow fall and dodgy stuff like that? I don't know, we'll see. What do you want to do?
Where were we at? 25 to here?
Yeah.
So 35, 45. We'll say 50. We'll just say 50 can get you to there. So what do you want to do from there?
Alright, I'll pretty much, look at, yep. Where's Grybek?
You hear over here,
Left him.
over here. He's fighting these creatures. Please come help.
And then I'll spend a key point to step for the wind.
Yeah. As you come around the corner, you see Jaredel still clinging to the wall. As you see Grybek fiercely confronting these two troglodytes.
Alright, I pretty much just get his back because like, I can't attack or nothing like that, so.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a leap off my shield to get behind them.
I don't know what's in the next room, so no.
You do know what's in the next room. That is that chamber where they had the really slippery floor and it angled down towards that river.
Oh, right, the slip and slide that we were very much trying to avoid.
So you know, my only thing that can hurt me, water.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my turn. I pretty much get all the way to Grybek.
Okay. Brasnic. You skillfully avoided the teabag.
Fucking humans. 15 to there. 20. Might as well arc a shot.
Alright, there's definitely going to be some cover there. It's a stairway with 3 people in between you and the bad guys.
Well, it's not really arcing a shot. It's like holding the dagger up and then hoping it lands point first.
Alright, go ahead. It's going to be 3/4 cover, so they're going to have +5 to their AC.
Alright. Can they
Only
see me?
16.
No, they definitely can.
Do I have advantage?
Sure.
Cool. Dagger toss!
I feel like we gotta get you one of those bladed. Oh my god!
Jesus. Roll that damage.
I gotta start lobbing daggers.
I guess.
Fuck straight up throws. I gotta lob
It's
daggers
that
from
hook.
now
It's
on.
all about the hook shot, my man.
Like, no kidding.
Oh, that damage though. Let's see. 7, So 12 plus, yeah, so we're at 19. That's not bad at all. As you just kind of like lob a dagger down, you see it just kind of like lazily arc over the party. And as it kind of reaches the top of its arc and starts its downward trajectory, you see it kind of almost gaining momentum. And as it just kind of goes down, you see it just lodge itself right in this creature's eye. And you see it fall backwards, tumble down the stairway. You see the other one kind of like jump over it as it's tumbling past.
Yeah, mad skill.
That was pretty badass.
Move back here. That's the last bit of my movement, and use a bonus action to hide.
Okay. No, you guys are making short work of these things. That's not fair. Let's see.
We've had really good rolls, and they've had bad ones.
Hey, we're having our epic hero moment. We're all, like, most of us are very low, standing against the tide. Come on. What do you mean it's not fair?
It's true. This is an epic hero moment.
It is an epic hero moment.
And you got a little imp that's really stepping up in the moment. Alright, so this troglodyte, as the other one kind of goes past him, you see it just kind of rush up the stairs. Actually, you know what? Where was this thing? Right there. This thing, you see it immediately just turn and run. And then you hear a swoosh as it disappears into the river.
It knew how to bail.
So, that is going to end the combat.
Oh man. Okay. Alright, let's head back up. We need to reconvene, guys. We're split right now.
Okay.
Grab my
squad-
daggers!
A squad of trogs, a squad of orcs, and we took them all on, even when we were slightly damaged.
You guys were slightly damaged from falling down the stairs. We were half dead from being prisoners. Just seriously, hero epic moment.
That was pretty
And
badass, guys.
surprise, we're all alive.
And I feel
thought
for the
was-
most part. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. My apologies.
You say not hurt for the most part?
Yin Yang did kind of get through all
No.
of that unscathed.
Yeah, I was about to say, not only am I not hurt, that's not what I was going to say, but I was going to say, and I feel absolutely useless for the last part of this. I didn't throw one attack this entire fucking combat.
You were running around and making your presence felt.
Figure as a monk, way of peace would make you feel good, but alright, whatever.
So that dagger you threw is stuck in that troglodyte's eye, and it is currently sliding down this slippery slope towards this river that leads to an unknown
shit.
destination.
Get back here! I need that! I only have so many!
Don't
Okay.
slide into the river. You know, it's filled with troglodytes.
Okay,
Where'd it go?
you gonna rush for it?
Rush for it! My dagger! Get over here!
Roll a dexterity save.
So, are people interested in like having a long rest? Maybe.
This
we
dwarf.
need to reconvene and then find somewhere.
Wait 1 second here. Alright, slippery slope. The smooth cavern floor slopes downward towards the stream, and much of the area immediately north of the stream is covered with a thin layer of slime. The slime makes the floor very slippery. So, go ahead and you roll that check. What'd you get?
Damn it, you can't
24.
Okay, you can see it, good.
Okay. No, I just was on the music tab. Okay, so let's see. You are definitely good to go with that 24. You expertly run down and as the troglodyte's kind of sliding down the slimy slope, you just kind of reach out, grab the handle of your dagger, and right as you yank it free, you see it kind of slip into the water and disappear.
Yeah!
Okay.
Well, I've only got so many daggers left.
I think we definitely dwindled the troglodyte population in this cavern quite a bit.
Yes,
It
I think
is
we almost
true.
made it go extinct.
So go ahead and roll one more dex check on the way out.
Okay, dex check.
Or dex check.
Because
Or acrobatics. Acrobatics check.
acrobatics, okay.
Sorry. Boom.
20.
All right, yeah, you easily are able to kind of make your way back towards these stairs. And as soon as you hit the stairs, it kind of dries out, and you're good to go from there.
Good.
While you're down there, you do hear some sounds like where you're here. It sounds like some kind of activity or movement coming from this channel. It looks like another tunnel that seems to go off, and the river kind of runs right through this tunnel. But you hear, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perception.
And you do kind of see like just a tail fin of troglodyte swimming to the west. And that's part of what you see with that 21 perception. You kind of see a ripple in the water, and then all of a sudden you see like the back fin, or the ridges going down its back as it kind of slips through the water. A few moments later, you hear this loud roar.
Oh, bollocks.
Like, what type of roar?
Kind of like a hissing snarl, but much, much larger than anything you heard from the trog.
Mama Trog.
Yep, right up the stairs. Not that way. Not that way. Not that way.
In that direction of that plant thing that we tried to run away from?
No.
You mean the roper?
No.
Oh, you mean the
giant.
Oh, you mean the
The
yeah,
Grek.
the giant croc or something.
It was a Grek, and that is in the direction that Brasnic is currently running. Awesome.
Wrong way.
What would you guys like to do?
There's not a lot of ways to go.
I looked at Brasnic and told him we need. I don't know if he heard me, but he wasn't too far from me. I said we need to And I guess I'll bring Jared out with me because I'm pretty sure she's a little shaken.
I'm gonna loot Yard's body.
Okay.
I gotta retrieve my daggers anyway.
I'm looting Yard's body.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation with advantage.
I'm just going to lean against the stone coffin and just try to catch my breath as I am completely and utterly spent.
Brasnic, have you told us what you heard down there yet?
Oh, I came back screaming not that way.
Okay, well, there's something apparently down there, so we just need to keep moving. Don't get comfortable, Rotul. We need to move. We're not out of...
We loot them quickly. I retrieve my daggers. Hold on, down to 5 now. I've lost 3 of my babies.
You still have the dagger up at the top there.
It did sound like
getting
something,
that one dagger.
something very large was down there.
Yep, no kidding, Trog. Let's go.
Yeah, we need to go find somewhere to hole up and rest.
Where do I find that?
Y'all are...
Okay. So it is 8 o'clock. Let's take a quick 5-minute break, and we will reconvene here in just a few moments.
Find out what's up, York.
All right, we are back. Thank you so much for indulging that short break. So I'm not sure what was discussed during said break, but we are still in kind of a situation here, guys. What did you have in mind right in this moment?
I had pretty much mentioned that we needed to keep moving when Brasnic informed us that there was something large down there. So we're still within, I don't say enemy territory. We need to move and find somewhere to rest.
What did I find on Yark?
You found a potion of healing.
Okay. Like what? Like just a regular potion of healing?
Mm-hmm. And see if you already got anything else. I don't think he did. He was carrying Wolf's Claw. That same great sword that the Great Elf used, his father, and was given to him by Ratul.
I'm going to pocket the healing potion of healing, and I will say, oh yeah, and I'll say, Ratul, the sword is yours by right. And then I'm gonna start cutting his ears off because fuck Yarrick.
Ratul pushes himself off the sarcophagus and grabs the handle of the Great Claw.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on our six for now. I'm going to be listening intently because I can only see so far.
And as soon as Mara is done cutting off the ears of Yarrick, I lift Wolf's Claw off the ground,
Okay.
above my head, two-handing it, and decapitate him.
Okay. All
He
right.
knew what he was getting into, yet he chose to betray me.
Hey guys, threat still down south. Yeah. And do I need to make any sort of check to be listening?
Go ahead and roll perception. What of this shaman? There seemed to be a little bit of a situation over that shaman.
I don't care. She just pissed me off, so I killed her.
Yeah.
More years! Chop chop.
You know, the best I could do is probably just see if she had anything useful.
Okay. You know,
I
search
pick
her.
up the head of Yarrick and move forward.
Yeah, boss. I
Can
mean,
do we really have to loot now, guys? We're not out of the thicket yet.
Well, look, I'm just looting one person, okay? So,
Not actually many people to loot the most of the troglodytes.
yeah, I mean, they don't have any pockets on them, so, you know, as well.
go ahead and roll investigation with advantage.
Wait, did you say with advantage?
I did say with advantage.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I bet it feels good to, like, you know, finally got her, you know, get her all dead and stuff, you know what I mean, boss? I mean, even though, you know, like, Mara stole your kill and stuff, you know, I feel like that should have been, like, all yours and stuff.
Look, I feel like the issue's pretty resolved, Dad.
I mean, you know, she kind of stole your thunders there, but, you know, it's kind of all right.
Look, I gave her a warning shot.
We were dueling. You had no right more than I.
We were in the middle of something, and then you were the one who interrupted it, Mara?
She literally cast a spell on me to try and force me to attack the rest of the group. We were dueling.
Enough!
I mean, if you guys could just duel right now just to settle this, you know, I mean, that'd be pretty entertaining for me, you know?
Well, we're not doing it for your entertainment, minion. Now, shut up. I'm trying to look through this.
Okay. I mean, I was just saying it'd be kind of cool to watch y'all blast each other in the face. I mean, yeah, it'd just be kind of cool. Yeah.
I give Jot a glare to make him shut up.
He just kind of flutters over to the other end of this carriage. Hey, look at me all like getting jiggly eyed and shit.
I will tell you, very good job though. Good job, Dad, for
Yeah, you
Can
know,
we-
I mean, I'm just over here saving y'all, you humans, you know, just
No,
over here,
I-
just like stab in the face, you know. Did you see me? I was like oh man,
I gave you a cup. Oh, wait,
like a
yeah.
full-blown badass over here, you know.
Yeah,
Kind
that,
of blows on his nails and rubs them on his chest.
that. You know, you did some good stuff, Dad. So that's good.
Ratul just kind of looks at the cooling body of Barak, was it?
Berderg.
Berderg, and just sees holes in her body and just lets out a very long and very tired sigh.
You wanted to help us, and yet you chose this.
Really
I do not
surprised.
know what.
You also all weren't there when she betrayed us and had us locked in manacles and tied to each other.
I
You
mean,
wanted gone. You wanted someone to take power again.
Yeah, her.
There was
I
that.
feel like this was all machinations of her. She's, Ulfr's gone. She's the leader, has a baby, and all that crap. Clearly can control Yark to some bit.
Well, there was that revelation in the last
We're
session.
not gonna. I'm not saying anything.
Only Brasnic and Mara heard what she said.
Yeah, I'm saying this all out loud.
Well, you heard her call him her son.
Yep.
So you tell the party that?
No.
Oh yeah, Yark was totally her son. Apparently.
What?
That's what she claims. And he listened to her. So there's at least some truth.
So again, I feel like this was all her machinations. Get rid of Yorick, get her son in power, which she can sort of control from the shadows because he's her son.
Hmm.
It's like baby on the way.
She was powerful.
Anyways, are we
She
going
was-
upwards?
I don't know if we can go upwards.
Wait a minute.
Going upwards would be wrong.
did I find
We have
anything?
enemies up there.
You
I've
do.
been listening to the south. Was there anything there?
One
To the
second.
south, yeah.
Gok, you definitely do find something on Berder. You find another potion of healing. This one does seem to be like a deeper and richer color than the other ones you found.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket that. So, but that I guess that was that about it? That's like a,
I don't think.
Unless you want her totem spear thing.
Yeah, she just had. That was actually a spiritual weapon.
oh,
Oh, I thought she had an actual physical spear too.
She had just had like a staff. But
There
it
we
doesn't
go.
seem to. I mean, it definitely looks like a shaman staff, but it does seem to be more of a focus and not necessarily magic in and of itself.
okay. I already got one of those. So I'll pocket the health potion, you know.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I pull the javelin out of the trog that's next to me, flip it around, and stick Yark's head on the pike.
Okay. Yin Yang. As you're kind of sitting there listening, comforting Jaredal, keeping her within the light. What did you roll for perception?
12.
Yeah. Well, that's not very good.
I mean, it depends on how long this stuff has been going on. I can try again. Like, I've been actively the whole time listening.
Yeah, I would say everybody go ahead and roll perception.
yeah, sure.
This time, though.
And Mara hears it too.
It's true.
Here.
So, Mara, you hear splashes. 3 splashes coming from the other chamber. to the north. And Yin Yang, you hear this loud roar echo up from the stairways to the south.
I warned you, they're coming. Now we're stuck in a fight again. Because I hear splashes to the north and a roar to the south.
Oh, you just would have heard the roar to the south. But Mara definitely heard these splashes from the next chamber to the north.
We have to move.
You act like that would have
No,
stopped us
No,
running
I
into
think
more
we can
fight.
go south. Whatever is coming from the south, I think we can like sneak by. Where did you guys come from?
We came from the south.
No, I know where though. We explored this area. Did you come from below?
We came from a floor below.
Let's go there. We need to go deeper. We cannot stay up here.
So from where you are, you know that in the chamber where you heard the splashes is where those stairs are that lead up to the Oracle. To the south would be that slippery room chamber that does have that circling stairway that goes down to the next level. There's also that other passageway that you guys have yet to explore. From there, to the east, you know that there is that chamber that holds the Alpha Grid. You don't obviously have any idea what's going on there now because it has been some time. There is the exit that leads back out of the mountain. If you were to go east and then north before you get to the Great Chamber, you would remember that that's how you get out that way. You would also remember that further to the east is that dwarf door.
Oh, right, I have the key for it. I forgot.
I think our best option right now is to camp.
We need to move out of the mountain.
Exactly. We need to regroup outside the mountain.
Alright, let's go then.
Yeah,
Right, we all head in that direction.
so I guess this way, right?
No, we have to go down we have to go through the mushroom field.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you could go that way, but that Mara just heard more splashes coming from that direction.
Oh, you're right, and everybody's
I'm
like
gonna
really...
tell you, man, we're gonna leave the mountain.
Okay.
Partially to
As I see everyone coming south, I'm gonna be like, the big thing's that way.
we can sneak past it. There are troglodytes, and those will have to fight, so we can sneak past the big.
Okay, Grybek's in heavy armor, and then we've got a giant walking piece of metal next to Gok.
We can move faster than it.
We don't know what it is.
We're all hurt, and I'm fairly certain those who can use magic are almost out of it.
I'm totally fine, guys.
I'm pretty spent too.
Okay.
I'm drained.
Is Jared moving along with us?
She is going to be moving
She's with me.
with Yin Yang. She definitely huddles next to that light source, absolutely.
I have her in front of me as we move forward.
Also, on top of that, as long as we move through this area, anything big can't follow us.
Okay. As you pass by down here, you definitely hear another kind of distant roar coming from there. Sounds like the same beast that you heard before, Grybek, or Brasnic, and Yin Yang.
Let's just keep
Move,
moving.
move, move.
Okay. Anyone, well, I guess the only people behind are Yin Yang, and he wouldn't be able to see very far.
Damn it!
Wait,
I just go ahead and clutch the javelin with Yazrik's head in my jaws, go back and just pick up Jaredel and start carrying her princess style.
Wait, where is this lead?
So you suddenly
Oh,
start
that's-
seeing movement behind you, Ratul, as you go back, and you see the forms of troglodytes coming towards you as you guys are herding in this direction. Jock kind of, flies up here and says, no, not that way. As you guys suddenly find yourselves at this door.
Yep, as I just pick up Jaredel and just book it with her.
Cut into the cavern wall is a small strong-looking door of iron plates, about 5 feet tall and 4 feet wide. Heavy rivets stud its surface, and a tarnished silver rune, Durgeddon's smith mark, gleams on the door's rusted face.
Does it have a keyhole?
It does have a key, and you hear another loud roar from behind you.
Behind the door?
No, from behind you, this direction.
I'm
That's it, I think-
gonna check the door real quick then for traps or whatever.
Go ahead.
Open the door.
Yeah.
Gok.
Well, yeah, I can,
You don't find any traps.
Start to pull out my thieves' tools.
well, no, actually, Brasnic.
Okay.
What? If
I
you have
think
the
I've
key,
got
put it in the damn door already. Shush. Do it.
Okay, fine. God. Ruining the moment. Jesus.
Die. There's no time for moments.
God,
As-
Jesus.
As Brasnic is digging out his thieves' tool, Gok suddenly, whoosh, with a flourish, pulls out this key. And as you guys look closer at the key, you see that it bears a glowering dwarf's face on the handle.
Insert the key.
Put that key in the hole for whoever.
Oh, wait.
Open the damn door and go!
Oh,
Hurry!
that's that key
What
you got
is-
downstairs, isn't it, boss? Oh, nice work.
You mean it's the thing that I found in the tombs?
Turn the key and shut up.
I'm turning it right now as I'm talking. I can multitask here.
You guys suddenly, from the distance of your vision, hear hissing and snarling.
Okay. I twisted the key.
You twist the key, and you
Mhm.
open it.
I mean, what? Is it behind us or is it in front of us that's snarling?
Okay, so you open the door, and as you
Okay.
step in, you see a worked stone hallway of ancient stone.
Yep, no, I just barrel right in
As
with
you
Jared
guys
in my arms.
start barreling in one after the other, flooding into this, hearing
Close
the
the door,
roars
guys.
behind you, hearing the hissing, and all of these troglodytes massing as you guys have decimated much of their pack.
As soon as we get inside, I just put Jaredel before me, and then just quickly turn around, grab the gates, and close them.
As you slam close the dwarf door, you can see all of these troglodytes massing on the other side and rushing towards you in a fury. As you slam the door closed, suddenly the quietness descends.
It's locked, right?
Can you relock it?
Oh, yeah, it is. I should probably do that.
Yeah, I'm just holding the doors closed right now. Lock it, lock it, lock it!
No, I'm looking for the lock thing because you don't need a key from the other side to relock stuff.
We took the key out. Whoever was, I guess I was the last one in. I pulled the key out of the door, and I'm holding
You wouldn't
on.
have to pull the key. It's not like Gok left the
Yeah,
key in the door.
Gok would turn it and then pull
No,
it out. We just
I
gotta
was
get through and lock
taking
it.
out of the...
Okay.
Yeah, man. This is my key. I would take it.
Whatever.
Alright, I guess make a perception. Like, do we want to look for the locking mechanism?
You can see the place to put the key, absolutely. As you insert the key and turn it and click it, you hear the heavy dwarven locks click into place. So you finally feel like you can breathe for a moment. But you guys don't find yourselves outside of the mountain. You don't find yourselves in a place of quiet and safety for a moment. You find yourselves in this stairway instead.
It seems like a safe place to me for the moment.
Okay.
Ready to get a rest, I would assume, right?
So, do we want someone to go look forward real quick?
No.
I already am.
Wait, I'll send Jack forward.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's a door over here.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's
Yeah.
stay in here.
2 closed
I'll
doors.
send-
I'm down.
I'm gonna send Jack over there to check through the door then. No,
That's you, not Jack.
no. Well, I'm moving forward so I can have the maximum range. Because it's 100 radius, I'm correct?
It's 100 feet, and you can still communicate, see through his eyes.
Okay. So, wait a minute. Probably do a stealth.
Okay.
We just...
So you do
Or-
see
or
that the
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't
Don't
do
do
it.
it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's gonna be
Don't
fun.
do it. Don't do it.
It's gonna
Doc,
be
I
fun.
will hit you upside the fucking head. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
what's he doing?
Trying to send Jack through the thing. Just leave it alone, Gok. I swear to God, if Jack goes through,
Well, what
I
if
will
we
stab
get
you.
attacked?
I will stab you. I will stab you. I swear to God.
And
It
I
does
will
look
believe
like
you.
there's no door at the top of these stairs.
Oh.
Wait, so is it just darkness? I'm very confused.
It
It's the top of the stairs.
looks like there is a doorway, but
Wait,
no
did you
door.
say top or bottom of these stairs?
You guys are at the bottom of the stairs. And
Wait, these stairs goes up?
These stairs go up.
Ooh.
up?
Wait, we were supposed to go down to... Unless there's a spiral staircase at the top of this thing?
No, okay.
This-
So no, I know we didn't go down. We went here because it puts a barrier between us and the troglodytes that were immediately after us.
Yeah,
instead of
no.
having to continue-
I understand that. I mean that we would need to go deeper into the mountain, but we're going up?
Well, we're
I
not
don't think
technically-
up is...
You guys made an assumption that you need to go deeper into the mountain.
I didn't make this, but
I
whatever.
mean, I
the
made
point is, no one's going up right now. We're trying to rest. That's why I'm saying, don't put Jack through whatever the hell is up that way. Just leave it alone. Let's not trigger anything while we at the least, take a short rest. And I swear to God, if Jack starts moving towards that way, I will stab you. I'm not kidding. I'm very tired. I've almost died. I swear to God, I will stab you.
And I will gleefully watch.
Well, there's some information.
So you do see at the top of this stairway, as they do go up, there is a doorway, but again, there is no door there. It seems to go into some sort of a chamber beyond, and you can't see what's going on in there.
I will be
Let's
the
let
first.
sleeping dogs lie right now.
That's right.
I'll say first
Okay.
one.
Hey, Grybek, go ahead and drop your light for the moment. Jaredel, get between me and Raw Tool. It's best that we don't give away our position if there is anything further ahead. We need to drop the light.
You definitely can hear scratching, clawing at the door. And it goes on furiously for a few minutes as you guys are kind of talking and planning your next moves. But eventually, slowly, starts to fade. And then stop.
We're not getting through that type of door. Not good Dwarven forge door. No.
So, I can take first watch. Would anyone like to join me?
I'll join your first watch.
That seems good.
Yeah. So we're going to try to take a rest
Okay.
at the least.
Is it a long rest again, or another short rest or something?
Long.
You
I
guys are
got
gonna sit.
nothing left for short.
You guys are gonna
Yeah,
sit
we're
right
off.
here for 8 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's really wounded.
Okay. So can we first sit for an hour, and patch up, and then try to take the long rest, just in case something else does come through. We've at least
We can
patched
take the
up.
long rest, and an hour in, if we make it an hour in, the short rest takes hold.
That's what I mean. I just want to make sure that was stated.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it will take a long rest.
Yeah, we pretty much put that wall between us. We're keeping an eye down the stairs, and we're doing our best to just stay put. We know it's not the best of situations, but it's better than dead.
Okay. As you guys do kind of rest, you see Jaredel actually just kind of huddled down in the corner up against the wall, and you see her just kind of like hugging her knees, and she's just kind of like blankly staring.
On that note, I'm gonna pull out my bedroll and say, I'm sorry guys, but she probably needs this. I'm used to sleeping outside and on hard things. She's probably not. Are y'all okay with me giving her a little extra space for the bedroom?
There's plenty of space. Why are you sorry? It's also
Because
your
the
bed.
rest of it's there's rest. I know, but I'm taking up. It'll probably take up more space for her to sleep on a bedroll laid down, and this is all stairs. So 8 hours on stairs is going to be quite uncomfortable.
It's true.
Just settle for the night.
Okay.
As Ratul looks absolutely, completely, and utterly beaten up.
Right. It's been a long, arduous track here in the last little bit. So you're going to go for the benefits of a short rest at least in the next hour or so,
Yes.
and aiming for the benefits of a long rest.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys definitely do get that benefit of the short rest. So go ahead and mark that.
Wow.
Rolls.
3 of us got lowest rolls possible.
You guys are so lucky to have hit dice suspend. I got nothing. Note to self, buy medkits when we get back.
Red Tool still at 5 health. And you see him resting in the corner, but just not feeling it yet. Okay. So you see, as Red Tool is kind of resting in the corner, you guys do get to, what is this arcane recovery?
Sorry, it's what I can do on a short rest. I can use the spell slots back.
Okay. How many spells do you get back now?
I get
2.
I get 2 first level, 1 second level, 1, 2, or sorry,
2 first level or
2.
1 second level.
right, any combination of half my wizard level, which is 2.
Right.
So I'm taking the 2 first level. I have 1 second level left.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see.
Also, there's no way I'm resting there on the stairs. Go back. Stop lagging.
In the 6th hour.
Well, we should do our watch order.
What is your watch order?
Yeah, it was going to be me and Grybek first, right?
Yes.
Then, who else?
The only way for me to be effective for a watch is to have light, and that would clearly give us away.
I'll have Jack help out with the
Yeah, he doesn't have to sleep, does he?
Yeah, he doesn't have to sleep. Chill.
So I have been told by various DMs that unless on your sheet, like in your stat block, it says that you do not need to sleep. Unless it specifically says that you do need a rest, quote unquote sleep. You don't actually, some things don't actually sleep; they still need the
That
downtime.
that downtime, yeah. Which makes sense. Okay, so let's see how to do. Let's do this. Okay, so who's on third watch?
Me.
Okay.
I'll be taking last watch.
Alright, give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry. Okay. So in the 6th hour, you guys.
Well, I was gonna do something on watch.
What are you gonna do on watch?
while Gok is asleep.
Shit.
I'm gonna start rooting through his mind.
What?
Probably a place I wouldn't want to be.
I want to figure out if it's gonna betray me again.
So what are you looking for in this goblin's mind?
Well, I have okay. So because I'm delving deep, I have to make he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. Does it make sense to give him disadvantage on that? Because he's
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because he's asleep.
I think so too.
Okay.
It's not the disadvantage. This is your natural mind's thing of not wanting people to be in it. So I mean, him being asleep wouldn't give you advantage. It wouldn't make him have disadvantage or anything.
Don't be.
Your mind naturally rebels against someone delving deep into it. At least all
that.
the stories say that.
Yeah, you're right. I see that too.
Okay, just
So-
make it roll.
Let's give it
I'll
a
just
straight roll.
make it flat.
Okay, so
What's
I-
the DC?
15. I just
So-
want to try and see like his thoughts on me and see if I can find any like holes of betrayal or what would be necessary for him to do that, as well if there's anything he's been hiding from me for all this time.
So you find yourself kind of standing in, it almost seems like a junk pile. And it just like endless sea of just all of this debris and the most random things possible. And after a moment of looking around, you kind of look over and you see this goblin, but he's like enormous in size. And you see this giant goblin kind of sitting on this pile of refuse and knickknacks and junk. And he's kind of just sitting there and he's like eating some piece of food. You're not really sure what it is even. And kind of looking around in confidence about his domain. And you see this creature kind of look towards you as you're inside of his mind. As it looks away from you, you see that it is wearing these same robes that Gok has been wearing. And it just seems to be this creature of ultimate confidence in its power. And it seems to be in dominion of everything around it. And it seems to be very comfortable in that. And you don't really see anything malicious towards you, or any kind of representations of any sort of maliciousness towards you in general. You kind of get the idea that his attack on you was more out of frustration of you stealing his kill on someone that he hated, more than any ambition towards you.
Is there a way I can try and find, like, if there's anything he's been, like, secretly from me, or anything, like, pressing that he's been... So, like, the official wording is, like, inside there is emotional state, and something that looms large in my mind. What is the... Is there anything I can decipher that's, like he's been focusing on?
As you kind of try to direct your thoughts towards what this creature could be obsessing over, you suddenly just hear this almost twisted female voice as you just hear looking for Gok. You won't find him here. And you feel this sharp flash as suddenly you're back in the stairwell facing this creature.
I don't say anything because this was all silence. Well, I made like there was a little gesture I did, but it wasn't towards him. And no one could see me do it because they were all asleep, except for Brasnic, except for Grybek, who it wouldn't have been obvious what I was doing. I just kind of go back to keeping watch.
Okay. So, as we get into the 6th hour, as Brasnic kind of settles in for his turn at watch, roll a perception check for Brasnic. Okay. I mean, that's probably good enough. You do kind of, as you're kind of sitting there contemplating your next moves and what's kind of befallen you here, you suddenly hear like some scratching at the door, some like scuffling, and then all of a sudden a loud something very large starts slamming against it, and all of you hear this noise and wake up from your sleep. Something repeatedly banging on this door.
Is it just shaking the cavern, or does the door seem to be warping?
The door definitely seems to be holding its own against this onslaught for now.
Is it coming from the top or the bottom of the stairs?
It's on the other side of this door.
Where we are, from the bottom.
Something trying to get through the door.
All the way.
I'm just gonna keep relaxing. I don't even care. I'm trusting the Dwarven door.
Yep.
Move Jared out to the back.
You definitely see her instantly wake up. You know, definitely fearful of this next threat. Okay, where are you gonna move her to?
I take her and push her behind me as I go and take a place by Yin Yang.
Okay.
Damn it, I still haven't recovered from yesterday.
Oh, stop worrying so much. That was made by our master smith. Please. Like, he's all okay. He's legitimately a fucking legend.
Yes. And there was that rune on the door. That's
He's got
on his
his stamp of approval, just like on my rapier. We should be totally fine.
And as Brasnic says this, Gok, Grybek, Mara, Brasnic, go ahead and roll perception checks.
Nope, I'm just still chilling, relaxing.
Ugh, no, I don't see anything.
The weird thing is, whatever this creature was would have broken in a long time ago if he could have, right?
That's if it would ever actually come up here besides now.
If it needed a reason.
But still, like it would have, something would have broken it if it could have.
So, well, possibly. I mean, you know, structurally, you know, things can take structural damage and eventually, you know, will break over time. So, and as Brasnic is saying, that's a dwarven door. This is, you know, this is the last a century or whatever. He's kind of talking and saying, there's no way that thing's getting through there. And Brasnic, as you're saying this, You say, we're fine, we're going to be totally fine. And you kind of turn and look up the stairs. And suddenly, as you're saying, we're going to be fine, you see this gray face looking at you from the top of the stairs.
Bollocks.
I know exactly what these
With
are.
a white beard and a very scowling dwarven face.
Oh, so just immediately, Grybek, do what I got!
And you see this creature look at your party with alarm, seeing Grybek on the stairs and seeing you standing there as you guys make eye contact. You see the
Don't
instant
attack.
rage in its eyes.
Don't
It
attack.
disappears around the corner just as quickly.
Sorry, tell the dwarves not to attack their most hated racial enemy besides orcs.
And that is going to be
What?
where we call it for tonight.
Oh.
Oh,
And I cannot wait for next week. Holy shit. We
Boiling oil is gonna be poured down.
have made it to the Foundry, guys.
We should have gone for the actual exit. Not
We
the-
should have gone for the
You
cave
guys
exit.
should have gone for the actual exit.
I mean, I was just kind of like going a certain way, and I was just.
I thought that's what we were doing, and then y'all went through the door, so...
And then all of a
I thought we
sudden,
were
the
heading
dwarf door was in front of you. As you
Why did you
realize-
guys go for the door? We were supposed to go to the
Okay,
we were supposed to go to the
okay.
brick cavern and go north. We
Before-
went too far.
Before all that, though, so hey, let's go about this logically. As we're fleeing, because we know something big and bad is coming after us, and there are also more enemies that are close enough to hear them hissing at us.
Mhm.
You keep running where they can catch up to you, or do you put a barrier that is still made by a master dwarf between the two of you? I feel like logic dictates safety you go towards
It's true.
instead of just. And then also we're going towards where the massive Grick was, and when we were facing the massive Alpha Grick, it was already in the process of breaking free of where it was. It could easily be just out there now.
You guys were indeed surrounded by enemies and suddenly found yourselves gone in the wrong direction, facing this dwarven door. I feel like the only choice left was indeed to find safety where you did. But it seems that someone came a knocking, and the person that answered the door is not your friend. And that is going to be where we pick up next week. I am super stoked. We have been... God, how long have we been on this dungeon? I'm not even sure, but we have definitely been on this for a while, and I've been having a ton of
About
fun.
13 weeks.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun in this adventure, and we have finally made it to the Foundry. But don't think that we're there yet, guys. There's still a lot left to do here. But this next section is going to be very, very interesting for some of you. So, that being said, all spoilers aside, let's call it for the evening. I'm definitely excited, so thanks to anyone that may or may not have been watching. We definitely appreciate you hanging out with us. This story is about to get super interesting, so please come back and check us out again next week. We will be playing again. It was my birthday today, so I had a lot of fun hanging out and playing some D&D, and I love hanging out with these dudes and telling this story. They make it super fun for me every week, and I heart them. Oh, I just made a little heart symbol with my hands for you guys. It was awesome.
I feel uncomfortable.
Happy birthday, man.
I feel super uncomfortable now too, guys. Thanks. Anyway, definitely, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on my birthday. I love telling this story with you guys. I love these characters, and no party wipe. I tried really hard. I kept throwing fucking chocolate eyes at you, but you just kept wanting to fucking wipe the glitter home with them.
I do not know how I survived that.
That was
Bear
fucking.
Totem Ratul lives.
It's true.
For now.
It's true. For now. All right. So yeah, please come and join us again next week, and have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.